Waking up either in the middle of the night or in the morning, feeling bad or feeling terrible and not knowing why is a pretty horrible and depressing situation to be in. Where it's a situation that many of us go through each day. Recently, I woke up feeling pretty bad, so I had a session of using my guidance feelings. But instead of staying in bed and using my guidance feelings to discover my true feelings, which would allow me to turn my bad feelings into good feelings, I got up, threw on a t-shirt, set up my camera, switched on some lights, and filmed the session I had of using my guidance feelings. In this video, we're going to watch the session I had and break down each part, using the information that we've covered so far, and see if we can dissect each part of the process of using guidance feelings to feel good. Since using your guidance feelings will still be quite new to you, seeing how someone else uses theirs will make it easy for you to build up your confidence in using your guidance feelings. And we may learn some new things and answer some of your questions that you have from using your guidance feelings too. This is I Want to Know How to Feel Good. So, let's give this a watch. So when I woke up that morning, I actually felt emotional tension in my chest and in my solar plexus. I don't normally measure out where my centre is, but that morning, because I felt it here as well, I was just making sure that I pinpointed that exact place, which is my centre, which I needed to focus on.
I feel sad. I feel sad. I feel sad. I feel sad.
So I'm focusing on my centre, which is why I'm looking down. I'm repeating I feel sad just because that's just what I could think of. I had no thoughts coming to mind at this point.
I feel sad.
And it wasn't working, which is why I'm shaking my head. So the emotional tension just felt the same.
I feel scared. I feel scared. I feel scared. I feel scared. I feel scared.
So I've changed to I feel scared, but again, it's made no difference to the emotional pain.
I feel angry. I feel angry. I feel angry.
So I could tell straight away that that's not working, because I actually felt heaviness in this area here. But I carried on repeating it anyway just to make sure. It's not going to do anything, it's not going to hurt me or out like that.
I feel angry. I feel worthless. I feel worthless. I feel worthless. I feel worthless.
No, this isn't working, and I'm just trying to think of anything because nothing's coming to mind, which is very normal when you first begin to try and change your emotional state when you're feeling bad.
I feel happy. I feel happy.
I feel happy, that's a strange thing to say, isn't it? So what I'm doing here, I'm casting my line into different areas of the pond. So going from feeling sad to feeling angry to feeling worthless are different. But I was feeling pretty bad, and I tried a completely different area of the pond, which is to feel happy. But again, why would I think that I feel happy when I actually feel bad? When you get to the end of using your guidance feelings, when you get to the end of this method, you'll be saying to yourself you feel happy and you feel excited, you feel joy, which I think I do say in this one. And you'll see that the emotional tension and pain actually, it goes away and you start to feel good, which is so, how confusing is that? That you feel bad and you feel terrible, but it actually represents good feelings, and you repeat those good feelings and then you feel good, which I think is what positive affirmations try to do. Even though it completely murders your guidance feelings when you do it, because you basically you ignore exactly how you feel. You say these positive affirmations until your guidance feelings just give up and say, right, we'll carry on with this for a while.
I feel happy. I feel happy.
But it wasn't happiness that the emotional tension and pain represented.
I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel joy.
So this is where it's like an emotional change point. Nothing is coming to mind, so I'm having to think of things, and being focused on your center, the area that's 2 to 3 fingers below your solar plexus. When you start to say the right statements that emotional pain represents, it will eventually start triggering thoughts, which the emotional pain represents.
I feel hopeless. I feel hopeless. I feel hopeless.
It's not
I
hopeless.
feel hopeless.
So can you see how it is, how long it can take, and when you're in pain and you do anything for it to go, but doing this, it's very difficult in the beginning, but the more you do it, the more you build up trust that it hurts. I mean, I'm sat there and I wouldn't say that it's agony, but I do feel really bad. And anybody that knows me would be able to tell that really doesn't look like you. But yeah, the more experience you have of successfully changing your emotional state by using your guidance feelings, the easier it is to sit in this in these states, because you do know that you are eventually going to find out what it is that emotional pain represents.
I feel worried. I feel worried. I feel worried. I feel
Speaking of
worried.
knowing what emotional tension and
I
pain
feel
represents,
worried.
I think I've found it.
I feel worried. I feel worried.
So I was nodding along saying I feel worried, and now I've slowed it down. So when you do find what your emotional tension and pain represents, when you slow the words down, you'll see that each word, well, eventually I should say, you'll see that each word does create its own emotional reaction. So I'm slowing it down and trying to see which word is the one that I need to be focusing on.
I feel
Which
worried.
in a minute you'll see why.
I feel worried. I feel worried. I feel worried. I feel worried. I am worried.
So that was an emotional change point. Because I was in pain, I wasn't thinking to give any indication that what was happening. But yeah, so I was feeling that the good feeling that built up by saying that I feel worried was starting to reduce. I was at an emotional change point, and it happened quickly. I didn't spend too much time in that emotional change point, because I knew just to change saying I feel worried to I am worried, because that's how our guidance feelings recognize a change of intensity of our feelings.
I am worried. I am worried. I am worried. I am worried. I am worried.
So I'm starting to come alive a bit now. So I'm starting to remember there's a camera on me. And what I'm indicating by doing this is saying that the emotional tension and pain that I felt in my chest actually had reduced, and it had been moving to here. I remember it reduced when I was saying I feel worried, and it completely changed to there. It moved down to my solar plexus area, I should say, when I was saying I am worried.
I am worried. I am worried. I am worried. I am worried. I'm worried. I'm worried.
So I've changed from I am worried to I'm worried. Makes no difference whatsoever. It's just because I'm a Yorkshire guy, I can't really take the Yorkshire out of my mouth, and it feels more natural to me to say I'm rather than I am.
I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm worried.
So he's nodding
I'm
along.
worried.
He's feeling
I'm
it.
worried. I'm worried.
But if you can see I'm frowning, I'm starting to wonder, why on earth am I worried? Or what on earth am I worried about?
I'm worried. I'm worried.
So it's the emotional,
I'm worried.
the good
I'm
feelings that I was
worried.
feeling starting to reduce, and I'm coming to an
I'm
emotional
worried
change
about
point.
my car costing a lot of money to be fixed. I'm worried about my car costing a lot of money to be fixed.
So I'm at an emotional change point, and I'm starting to naturally wonder, why on earth am I worried? Which is why I'm frowning, because I'm like, what on earth is going on? And when you're at an emotional change point and you're starting to wonder why you feel a certain way, it means that it's time to start pinning what that feeling belongs to. And I just said that I'm worried about the repairs to my car because I think they're going to cost a lot of money. So I'm trying to pin my worry to something that I've got in my life. Obviously, I'm not going to say I'm worried about meeting my brothers at the weekend, because that's a really good thing that we all do. But it's something in your life that it'd be relevant to the feeling that you're repeating to yourself.
I'm worried about my car costing a lot of money to be fixed. I'm worried about my car.
It didn't cost a
costing
lot of money, by the
to
way.
be
It's all
fixed.
done now.
I'm worried about my friend. 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 I'm worried about my friend.
Yeah, my friend was going through some stuff. Everything's fine now, by the
I'm
way.
worried that I have no money. I'm worried
I'm
that I have
shaking my
no
head.
money.
So that's not what the
I'm worried
emotional
that I have
tension and
no
pain
money.
represented.
I'm worried that I have no money.
Yeah, I've done it. I'm no money. I'm on my bare bones. And the reason why I laughed and did a bit of a chuckle is because I was aware that I was being filmed at this point, and I thought, I've just told everyone that I've got no money, and now I've just expanded on that. So hey, we're not all rich. But I'm shaking my head because that's not what the emotional tension and pain represented.
I'm worried about my health. I'm worried about my health. I'm worried about my health. I'm worried about
Starting
my
to nod.
health. I'm worried about my health. I'm worried about my health. I'm worried about my
I think
health.
this is it.
I'm worried about my health. I'm worried
Yeah.
about my health. I'm worried.
This is definitely it. So, the emotional, I do remember this. I had a ball of tension there, and the moment I started saying the right thing, it's as though it just diluted instantly. But the more that I said it, the more I started to feel good feelings just there. Now, if you have emotional tension in your chest, you still need to focus on your center, but it means that wherever you naturally hold your emotional tension, you will start to feel good feelings in that area. And I started to slow down me saying my statement to try and see if there's anything that I could figure out, because each word creates a different emotional reaction.
About my health. I'm worried 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 about my health. I'm worried
Yeah,
about
so I'm
my
coming to
health.
another emotional change point here. So I'm squeezing as much as I can of the lightness that I can that statement's creating for me, but I've come to an emotional change point now.
I want to get fitter. I want to get fitter.
So that was an emotional change point, but it was more or less instant. Because I'm focusing on my center, and I'm on the right path of what the emotional pain represents, it's actually triggering it's triggering thoughts for me to say next of what the next part of the emotional pain and tension represents.
I want to get fitter. I want to get fitter.
Yeah, he's nodding along.
Fitter. I
He's
want
feeling
to
it
get
now.
fitter. I want to get fitter and be healthy.
So that I was indicating that another thought came to mind, which was to tag on to that sentence I was already saying. So I want to be fitter and get healthy. So that whole thought came to my mind when I did this, which is what I was indicating.
I want to get fitter and be healthy. I want to get fitter and be healthy. I want to get fitter and be healthy. I want to get fitter
smiling
and
now,
be
look.
healthy. I want to get fitter and
You
be
definitely
healthy.
found it.
I want to get fitter
Well done, you.
and be healthy. I want to get fitter and be healthy. I want to get fitter and be healthy.
So, there is more to squeeze out of that statement, but I'm going to stop it there. So when I woke up this morning, I didn't feel good at all. I had a lot of tension in my chest and in my stomach, and I thought that I'd do this on camera so you have an idea of how it goes when you're having a session of using your guidance feelings. So I'm going to go away. I'm going to carry on repeating this statement to squeeze even more statement out, where it looks like the emotional tension and pain that I've felt this morning represents the fact that I want to be healthy and get fitter. So yes, I woke up this morning. How long is that? Under 10 minutes. So within 10 minutes, I'd turned emotional tension and pain into good feelings, which I was going to go into the kitchen and carry on experiencing those. But within 10 minutes, I had a session of using my guidance feelings and completely changed my emotional state, which it's easy to do because I've been doing it for a long time. In the beginning, you'll come across the same kind of things, but you might just spend a little bit longer at emotional change points. But it's in those emotional change points is the only time that you get to develop your emotional intelligence, which is to be able to basically read your feelings, to be able to change your feelings like you saw me do in under 10 minutes. If anything came back in the afternoon, I think it did, and I just repeated it to myself just a few times and it went away more or less straight away, which actually triggered some other thoughts which I'll talk about soon. So yeah, that's it. Let's see what else. So thanks for watching, and I'll leave it back to Gav. Okay,
No
have a
problems.
good one. So there we go. Let me sit back into the centre of the table and we'll carry on. I'll end by saying that if you wake up either in the middle of the night or in the morning and you're full of emotional pain, then if you can, stay in bed and use your guidance feelings, as this will be a great exercise to do. As when you wake up, you will be more in tune with your feelings, and the more in tune and the more aware you are of your feelings, the easier it is to use this method. It's also good to have a session of using your guidance feelings before you go to bed, as it can allow you to fall into a deep sleep. But with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.